World's #1 PlayStation 2 magazine, PSM, 100% independent PlayStation 2 magazine, PS2's next mega hits, Miss Them and Die a Loser. Well, I don't want to die a loser. This is PSM number 88, September 2004, the 7th anniversary special, volume 8. Let's see, that's God of War, yeah. God of War, our top pick, question mark? It's probably the top pick. That's a pretty big deal game. All right, open it up. We got Hot Shots Golf 4 ad. Hot Shots Golf is a fantastic game. I should play it more often. I haven't played any golf games in a while. I've got Ribbit King and a bunch of the Hot Shot games. These are a lot of fun. It's nice because they take golf and they make it not like golf-like. I don't know, there's no like stupid outfits. But yeah, no, we got 419, 420, doing some push-ups, smoking, well, you know. Let's see, it's got some more kind of weird gags in there. I looked at this earlier. Let's see, editor's letter. Time really does fly when you're having fun. We got Chris Slate. He likes action-adventure games, platformers, arcade racers, and the Ultimates. I don't know what the Ultimates is. Let's see, we got Randy Nelson, executive producer. He likes action, shooters, racers, toys, comics, anime. Eric Bratcher, senior editor, likes RPGs, weird imports, and his hobbies are taming my yard. I also enjoy RPGs and weird imports, but training my yard, that's weird. I'm just gonna, Franz Ferdinand, loving my ex-cat. What? I don't want to know. Bill Donahue likes PolishPope.com. I'm not going to go to that, nor look it up on the Internet Archive. Hobbies, playing loud music. I always worried if this guy was a jerk. A little bit, I'm going to be honest. I always kind of, I don't know. Okay. I don't know the guy. Dan Fitzpatrick, art director, likes playing music. Hobbies, learning guitar. Gary Liu likes sanity. Hobbies, hallucinating. Yeah, they got kind of weird, huh? And there's some stuff. Terminator 3, The Redemption, fall 2004. Is that PlayStation 2? Yeah. Huh. To kill one, you must become one. I don't know anything about this game. I don't think I have it. Huh. And it's Atari. That's not a great sign. All right, PS2's next mega hits, and they're talking about God of War. That was definitely a mega hit. So. Featured reviews, we got WWE SmackDown, Gradius 5, Star Wars Battlefront, and Silent Hill 4. Some good stuff in there. 7 years of PSM, that's nice. Look at that, there's like the weird PlayStation mascot that everybody instantly forgot about. I wonder why that PlayStation looks purple. That's just gotta be lighting. At first I thought that was like a special edition or something, but I think it's just weird lighting. 5 games you should be dying to play. Some football games, as well as Ghost Hunter, which is a game I really enjoy. Some Spider-Man 2 in there, which I believe was the big one. I believe that's the one that's generally the favorite. Attack of the Clones. Copycat games are crushing innovation, but we can fight back. There's a war going on between the people who make games and the people who get them on store shelves. That feeling you've got of having been there and done that 100 times before, well, you're not imagining things. It's real and it's getting worse every year due to number crunchers. They wear suits and ties and sometimes they've never even played a game. They're the people who make games what they think you want. And most of the time, they think what you want is more of the same, based entirely on numbers. For example, millions of people buy Grand Theft Auto. Suit Guy says, we need a game like that. It'll sell like crazy. The truth is, people like GTA because it was something fresh. Sad thing is, PlayStation's so big, there are enough people who will buy a game just because it looks similar to another game that the money men can argue their point. Poor timing. When a company decides to do the unthinkable and actually release something fresh and original, they are all too often do it at the same time that everyone else is putting their games on shelves. In other words, the holiday season. It's a bad time to release games no one has ever heard of because they simply get lost in the shuffle of more well-known titles. The truth is, game publishers are overlooking 2 huge points. The first is that PS2 gamers aren't all little kids who get their games as presents. The other is that people actually buy and play games at other points in the year. There are huge gaps in the release schedule just begging to be filled. Summertime is a great example. Many gamers have more time to play games because they're home from college, etc. So, when an unknown game gets released amid a torrent of other titles, it tanks. The number crunchers in turn decide that people must not want something new. Wrong. Crappy advertising. Yeah, I'm just going to kind of skip through the rest of this. Shrinking shelf space. Stores only have room to display so many games, especially with new systems constantly being released. The people who make the decision of what goes on them are number crunchers. They don't care if a game is good, they care if it will sell. So chances are that unless you've got a big game, it might not even get seen. Imitation innovation. Put any number of games in a genre next to each other and you can point out the subtle differences, but really they're all very similar. It's one thing that led to the downfall of the fighting game. As gamers, we gobbled up every little minor twist, so companies kept on milking the genre for more until we finally realized what had been going on. Well, what can you do? We can just sit around and wait for innovative games. There's always a smattering of them around new system launches, think PSP and PS3, since there's so little competition. But how do we as gamers put an end to this cycle now? Renting games for one. For a few bucks you can take any game that looks interesting for a spin. It sure beats buying a game that sucks and making the number crunchers think something similar will sell. Some of the best games are ones that don't look or sound anything like the last game you played. Give something new a try and send a message that repurposed crap isn't going to cut it anymore. I like this article a lot. That's why I read almost all of it, even though I said I was going to skip parts. Siphon Filter, The Omega Strain. AgencyHQ.com. Probably not there anymore. You've been identified as the agent we are looking for. I need to play these. I have not played pretty much any of the Tom Clancy games, and I feel like I'm missing out. They just don't appeal to me. Gran Turismo's French Connection. When in France, be sure to visit the lovely Paris Hilton. Because, Paris, France, get it? Nerds. They're back. The Odd Couple. Oddworld returns to PS2 thanks to Electronic Arts. I don't know much about Oddworld. I didn't realize it was an EA thing. Do I look funny, punk? I didn't think so. What is with his outfit? Is that like a beard or like his shirt? I don't know about... it's fine. It's fine. Rants and raves. Rants. What's up with Square making Final Fantasy VII Advent Children a movie instead of a game? I've been wishing for years that they'd make a sequel to my favorite game ever, and instead it's something I can only watch, not play. Huh? Even if it does look really cool, I won't feel like I'm part of the story, which is why I love RPGs in the first place. I think it's a bit much to argue games versus movie. I don't think it's the same people that make games making the movies, but I get where this dude's coming from. Okay, I went out and got a hard drive with Final Fantasy XI thinking it was going to be the best thing ever. Final Fantasy XI is great, sure, but I feel really cheated. From what I can tell, there are no big games coming out that really use the hard drive, and no matter what, I'm going to get sick of playing or paying for Final Fantasy XI eventually. Sony should have thought this out better. He's not wrong, nothing used that hard drive except Final Fantasy XI. Speaking of which, I got one. I don't ever use it. I guess for pirating stuff you can use it. I don't really mess with the pirate stuff a lot. I probably should, but it's sloppy and outdated. And I don't know, it's a mess. It's a mess to deal with. Am I the only one who's sick? I'm gonna read these. I'll finish this one though. Am I the only one who's sick to death of all the military shooters and GTA clones that are coming out? There are a dozen World War whatever first-person shooters on the release list, and your E3 feature says, this game's like GTA with blank every other sentence. Companies should really take a look at what other games are coming out and realize that I'm not going to buy half a dozen war games a year or some second-rate knockoff every other month. That's true. Now that's a fun Final Fantasy tattoo. PSM Reader's Top 10 Most Wanted Game. Kingdom Hearts 2, that makes sense. Final Fantasy 12, makes sense. Gran Turismo 4, I get it. Mortal Kombat Deception, okay. Jak 3, didn't realize platformers were that high up there for people. Killzone, never played that. Ratchet & Clank, makes sense. Rumble Roses, I don't know much about Rumble Roses. Xenosaga 2, I think people were kind of let down by the second one, but they end up enjoying the first and the third one, so the second one's kind of okay if I recall correctly. I haven't really played them that much. I always mean to. RPGs, man, they take so much time. By the way, I picked this issue because they talk about something in here that I want to talk about, and it's coming up here in a few pages. Some more what's hot in September. Resident Evil, Dynasty Warriors 4, Tiger Woods, Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, Star Wars Battlefront, Showdown, Legends of Wrestling, Finish the Feud. I don't know how to play wrestling games. I am not good at them. One day I'll learn. Next Gen Newsfeed, Sony, no shoveling games onto PSP. Sony's not making any bones about it. It's flat out told developers that straight ports of existing or even future PS2 games to PSP is a major no-no in their book. Well, you know, it's not how it works on the PS4. So, that's interesting. Spider-Man 2, the game. Nowhere you can't go, nothing you can't do. It's a big claim, but this is a fantastic game. I'm glad that I finally got a hold of a copy. Finding the first one and the third one, not so bad. The second one, that took me a little bit of time. People are not reselling their copies of that. PSM Reviews, Game of the Month. ESPN NFL 2K5. It got a 9. I'm just going to skip all this, go straight to the end. This is the best NFL game of the year, and you can own it for only $20. There's no better time than the present to give it a shot. Interesting to know. You know, I have not put a lot of time into the football games. Madden NFL 2005, 9. Still packed with Madden greatness, but not as ambitious, advanced, or enjoyable as ESPN Football 2K5. That's good to know. Kind of want to try that other one. Front Mission 4. I think I have this one. Very good, 8. They put Lapicel Tactics in here. I don't know if I like Lapicel Tactics. I have trouble with that one. It's an Ipponichi strategy game, which I'm a huge fan of. It's the main reason I collect for the PS2, but Lapicel is like the only one that doesn't really have like a new game plus. Like once you beat the game, it's just kind of done. The other games, beating the game is just the beginning. Like there's still a huge scene for playing the original Disgaea because there's so much to do and so many different ways to do it. It's a deep dive game, although I generally prefer the games that came after Phantom Brave and Makai Kingdom. But all of them, Disgaea, Phantom Brave, Makai Kingdom, you can dump thousands of hours into those. Zoo York, I don't know what Zoo York is, but it's got Ashton Kutcher in your face, so, I mean, that's something. Ghost Hunter, 9, outstanding. Never underestimate the power of a well-made game, and this one will pull you in and never let go. I have this game, and I was actually going to do a review on it because I popped it in as one of my collection update games. I was like, holy crap, this is so much fun. And something came up, I don't remember, but I kept putting the video off and it just never got made. But Ghost Hunter's a fantastic game. Maybe I'll come back and do that review sometime. PSM Must Buy Bronze, Street Fighter Anniversary Collection. 8, very good. It may not be the ultimate Street Fighter compilation, but in the end, Street Fighter Anniversary Collection offers great 2D fighting at an excellent price. Look at that. Blockbuster Game Pass. Get a killer resume with unlimited gaming for $20 a month. What? That didn't work out. Professional baseball players. Played for 16 teams and won the World Series twice. That's fun. Secret agent. Infiltrated evil genius's compound. Neutralized 7 plutonium bombs. Saved the world 7 times. It's a fun ad. Kind of. Obviously it didn't work out because Blockbuster was an awful company that deserved to go out of business. Pool Paradise. The PS2 learns how to hold a cue the right way. 7. Good. I didn't know anything about this game. Pool Paradise. I'm going to have to keep an eye out for that if it's a good pool game. I mean, I didn't even know that was a thing, that there were good pool games. I just assumed they were all shovelware. Granted, you'll need at least a passing interest in pool to like this, but if you actually do know which end of the cue to point at the ball, you should finally get your green felt fix. That was kind of hard to read, but I like it. That sounds good. Echo Night Beyond, a different type of survival horror. Good, a truly unique survival horror experience, though one that could use a graphical touch-up and faster pacing. I don't know anything about that one. Ghost Hunter, it's living hell minus the living. This is that game I was talking about. This is really enjoyable. This is a lot of fun. You got spots where you can kind of go into like ghost form. It's a good game. This is the one I'm going to talk about. Combat Elite, World War II Paratroopers. 6, not bad, goodish. I don't know. Crimson Tears, 5. That's not great. Legends of Wrestling, 6. It's okay. That's the one that's advertised up in the front. Driver, 3. Left in the desk. We need to talk about this. This is actually how I judge game reviewers. If you find anybody that gives Driver like better than a 5, they're full of crap. This game is awful. This game is especially for the PS2 because this game was released early with loads of bugs. And the PlayStation 2 version, there was no way to patch it. Like the Xbox version, you could like update it and it would eventually work. But here's the thing, like Atari was about to go out of business because they're kind of a continually awful company. And so, since this was like their big game that was in the works, the game wasn't done. It still had a lot of work to be done, but one of the people actually went in and stole a copy of the game, saying like they needed like a review copy for something, and then they published it. Like, they went in and stole the game from the developers to publish it, and it was awful, and it was a garbage move, and screw Atari. And so I think that's actually a little bit nice on PSM, but yeah, if you're ever looking for game reviews and you've never heard of the company, look them up real quick and see what they gave Driver 3. If they gave it a good rating, because yeah, Atari was blatantly trying to pay off everybody to give this game a good review, and it worked. It worked in some places. I've seen some great reviews where they're like, oh man, this game's coming out. We got a chance to play it. It's a 9. It's one of the greatest games that's ever gonna come out. And it's not. You can't review a game before it comes out. You can sample a game and say like, these are nice features, you know, if the game is complete. But yeah, it's an awful game. I'm still mad about it. Spider-Man 2, 8, very good. I actually think it deserves a little higher score, but this game, people love this game. I love this game. Malice. I don't know anything about Malice. What is Malice? The history of Malice is complicated, but to make a long story short, Malice was originally an Xbox exclusive. Huh. Okay. You should buy it, or even better, rent it for your younger relatives. Well, I'm not really into kids games. I've never even heard of this. Huh. Athens 2004, 6. It's okay. Is that like DDR? That looks like a DDR thing. Yeah. It says using with dance pad, which is pretty cool. Huh. McFarlane's Eva Prophecy. It's 5. Yeah. Galactic Wrestling. I don't know this game. Huh. Ultimate Muscle. Okay, hands-on. Logitech cordless action controllers. People love it. Keep an eye out for that. Daytel Max Drive. It's a thumb drive. Who cares? Viet Cong Purple Haze. Never even heard of that game. Scoreboard. Don't buy a game until you check here first. What are some of the big ones, or particularly? Oh, Splinter Cell. Got a 10. PB. I don't know what PB stands for. Let's see. There's a 5. Judge Dredd. Dredd versus Death. That's not a good score. Oh, here's a real bad one. Fugitive Hunter War on Terror 3. Yikes. That's worse than Driver 3, which is awful. NFL Street. Got a 9. That's good stuff. Oh, here's the good ones. Madden NFL 2002, Gran Turismo 3, SSX, NCAA Football 2005, Splinter Cell, Ratchet & Clank, SSX 3. Man, there's a whole list of good stuff down there. Singular. What? The Nokia N-Gage. Man, there were some good gaming phones. I had the Sony gaming phone, the PlayStation phone. I can't remember what it's called now. I still have it, actually. I love that thing. It was especially good for emulators because you had an actual controller and like these quasi-analog sticks. Nokia N-Gage. I've heard people talk about that, though. Maybe I should get that phone out and use it for more emulation. Demon Stone. That's a game in Forgotten Realms. That's a game I thought I was going to enjoy more than I did. 7 years of PSM. I enjoy this magazine a lot, so... Bask. Oh. Bask some more. The time since 97 hasn't always been gaming heaven. PSM gets crotchety. Tomb Raiders decline. 2D kick to the curb. Systems gone bad. What is that? Even though Sony still won't admit it, it's no secret that the original PlayStation, even up to the release of the PS1, had some serious quality control and overheating problems. Standing our PlayStations on their sides or even upside down to get games to load wasn't uncommon in the PSM office. Yeah, that's true. The first run of PS1s were real bad. The first runs of PS2s and PS3s also had issues, especially that first run of PS3, because the first run of PS3s were the ones that were backwards compatible. You can tell which ones they are because they have 4 USB ports on the front. Those things always go bad. I had one. It was actually what I was originally using to capture game footage, but it was just too expensive to keep running because you'd have to go in and have them basically fry the thing, you know, throw it into an oven so that wherever the loose solder was coming loose, it would kind of bake it back into place. What a mess. Oh no, morbid marketing. Oh, this is where they're talking about that. I talked about this in one of my recent videos. Did you know that when promoting Shadow Man, Acclaim's UK branch actually approached the families of deceased persons and offered them money to place ads for the game on their gravestones? We kid you not. Fortunately, we don't think any of the low-income parties approached actually went for it. Yeah, that was a thing. Oh yeah, Polygon Man. Sega's anti-PlayStation ads. The Crash Dance. Huh. I don't know anything about that. Before the Macarena, a different dance craze was sweeping the nation of Japan. The Crash Dance was dreamt up by some marketing person at Sony Japan who thought, hey, Crash is cool looking, but we need something more to help him appeal to the Japanese audience. The solution, of course, was to air a series of TV ads and run stage shows in which a guy in a Crash costume did some of the goofiest dances ever to an equally goofy, infectious jingle. Sadly, the craze never came stateside, thus ending the platform character dance craze before he would even get surefire hits like the Jumping Jack and Ratchet Hatchet. I'm curious about that. I'm gonna look that up. No. 7 years from now, what they said. Second Sight, a psycho-psionic thriller from the creators of Time Splitters. I don't know anything about this game. I did enjoy Time Splitters though. Street Racing Syndicate. I don't know anything about this game either. Huh. Tune it up and turn it loose. PS 100 million. After reaching its last and greatest milestone, we take a look back and bid a fond farewell to the original PlayStation. What a great system. I actually had a PSM sticker, the smiley face with an eye patch on it as my lid sticker on the PS1. When I turned it in, I was actually worried that would like decline the value, but they're like, oh no, this is awesome. Like it's gonna, and like I came back and they're like, yeah, it sold like instantly. Like as soon as you left, somebody bought it. Ooh, our PlayStation top 10. Final Fantasy Tactics. Yes. One of my favorite games of all time. Tekken 3. I've never been into the Tekken stuff. Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. I should probably try that. I'm getting rid of my PSP though. I don't really ever play it. Gran Turismo 2, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Do I have that on the PS2? Alright, that looks good. Kind of been into Metroidvanias lately. Metal Gear Solid, of course. Final Fantasy 7, definitely. Resident Evil 2, I'm never much into the survival horror games. I feel like I missed out. PlayStation 2 Classics re-rated. Interesting. I guess I don't know how I feel about the idea of re-rating games, but interesting stuff. PlayStation Hidden Gems, I like it. Vagrant Story, yeah. Xenogears, yeah. Roll Cage Stage 2, I don't know that one. Einhander, I think I had that one. Tobal number 1, never really messed with Suikoden 1 and 2 for sure. Man, Suikoden 1 and 2, especially 2. Perfect. Mwah. Ape Escape, oh for sure. Man, I love Ape Escape. That was like my Mario Sunshine for the PlayStation. I played the hell out of the first 2 games. Klonoa, I should spend more time on that, but I have the PlayStation 2 one. I don't know if it's the same as the PS1. Buster Groove is fantastic. I loved that game. I remember when I took it into the game store, they like looked at me, they're like, PS1 games, that's not worth anything. I'm like, whatever, just like look it up in your computer. And they did, and they're like, oh, yeah, we'll give you $30 for that. Because it's an amazing game that everyone wants. I think it's fairly valuable now. Not that that matters, it's a great game. Like, if you can't buy it, download it, whatever. Fantastic game. We'll pretend this didn't happen. Oof, yeah, the Crow game, that sounds awful. Oh, yeah, most of these are, Hooters Road Trip, yeah, most of these are licensed games. Oh, The Fifth Element, that's so sad that got a bad game. You don't know it, but you're looking at PS2's mega hits? Next mega hits, oh, okay, they put the thing in here. So let's see what they predetermined to be great games. God of War. 100%. God of War is 5% Ico, 5% Parappa the Rapper, what? 5% WWE SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, 10% Legacy of Kain, Defiance, 25% Metroid, 10% Rygar, 15% Castlevania Lament of Innocent, 25% Devil May Cry. I know that, I think the Devil May Cry is pretty accurate. You know, in Castlevania, I guess a little bit. The rest of it, I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about Legacy of Kain or WWE games, but God of War is fantastic. What a great game. Destroy All Humans. This game did not get enough love. At least I don't think so. I mean, it's getting like I think a re-release right now, so maybe it did get enough love. Area 51. I don't know anything about this game, but they thought it was going to be good. I don't think I own this, but I'll probably have to keep an eye out for it. Maybe it was good. Factoid, the original Area 51 arcade light gun game. In the original Area 51 arcade light gun game, if you avoided blasting aliens and instead shot your first 3 fellow soldiers you saw, the game would restart with a different color palette and recast you as Kron Hunter, one of the aliens. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Mercenaries. That's always cool when arcade games have that. I think Mercenaries is going to be a big one. That's the one that had that song. Or maybe that was Mercenaries 2. I think that people liked Mercenaries and not Mercenaries 2. I forget, but they had that song that was great. Oh, no, you didn't. Beautiful Joe 2. You know, people were really into the Beautiful Joe, especially game reviewers, but I wasn't super into it. Like, it looks cool, but I don't know. Not for me. But, I mean, it's popular, and it deserves to be popular. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's not good. I don't care about wrestling. I don't want to talk about wrestling games. Eye Candy, the Zodiac, mobile entertainment console. I don't know anything about this, but I'm guessing it didn't work, especially with... Got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4? Huh. Comp USA. Gosh, you don't hear much about them. Gallop Racer 2004. Too big to be a jockey. In Gallop Racer 2004, size doesn't matter. Ha 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 ha. Penises. Need for Speed Underground 2. The suspense is unbearable. We hope it lasts. Need for Speed games. Those are pretty popular. Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. Interesting game. I think people like that one. The Buzz for Underground 2. A sequel where all your prayers are answered and then modded. Midnight Club 3. The Buzz. Midnight Club 3 takes a refreshing approach to car modding. Not familiar with those games. Yeah, some more racing games. Huh. Way of the Samurai 2. I don't think I've played any of them. Maybe I have. Not into samurai stuff. Gradius 5. The Buzz. What we have here is a treasure developed to the Gradius that stays true to its roots. I could go for a shoot 'em up right now. That sounds good. Alien vs. Predator. Whoever wins, we lose. I bet that game is awful. The Alien games have... I don't know if there's ever been a good Alien game. There's a Sega Master System game that's definitely an Alien knockoff, but not an Alien game. And I remember that game being enjoyable, but the knockoff game from the 80s might be the closest thing to a good Alien game. Maybe there's a good one. Star Wars Battlefront. That one's a good one. The Buzz. Online action shooter using the Star Wars license is a recipe for geek heaven. That's true. My one issue with this game, and maybe I'm thinking the second one, but there's like a sniper thing, and it doesn't really work in single player. Like, you really have to run and gun in the single player. And maybe there's stages where that changes, but from what I played with it, like, felt like the snipers were only good for online, which has long since been disabled, which is too bad, but you know, it has to happen. Getting to know Pandemic. I thought I said getting to know the pandemic, and I was like, oh man, that's COVID-y. Silent Hill 4, The Room, The Buzz. Here's a game that's sure to bring out your sadistic tendencies. Heh heh heh. Gross. Look at that gross dog with a long tongue. Yuck. What? Spike presents Game Riot powered by Xbox. Free gear, hot prizes, all you can eat video games. Huh. Play 38 new and unreleased titles. Blockbusters there, Mountain Dew, DC. I don't know anything about this, but now I'm kind of curious. That sounds kind of interesting. Halo Championship with cash prize. Check out our tour dates and titles at www.gameriot.com. Yeah, talking about Halo in the PlayStation magazine. That's naughty. I like it. Kind of curious about that. Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. I have this. It's kind of a problem. I got stuck in one spot though, so I'm just really grumpy about getting stuck in that spot. Maybe if I get past that spot, it's fine, because I love Ghost in the Shell, and I loved Ghost in the Shell the first season of Standalone Complex, but I was not a fan of this game. X-Men Legends, that's a fantastic game. With X-Men to be unlocked and upgraded, there's plenty of mutant mayhem to be had. Yeah, this is kind of like a dungeon crawler with like the X-Men characters that are like upgradable, so it's kind of like Diablo meets X-Men a little bit. It's good. It's a good game. Pursue a creative career in the digital arts. Fullsail.com. Never heard of them. Demon Stone Forgotten Realms. Not bad. I think a lot of people like that. But I guess I was expecting something more dungeon crawler, hack and slash, and I don't know. I remember not I remember thinking this was going to be like one of my go-to games for dungeon crawler stuff, and then I kind of just wasn't into it that much. It's been a while, so I don't really remember it that well. But Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, Shin Megami stuff is amazing. I mean, it's just good. The critically acclaimed RPG series from Atlas finally comes to America. Good stuff. Buying a video game? Play the game that's right for you. ESRB ratings. Is that Tiger Woods playing tennis? What? Why is Tiger Woods playing tennis in an ESRB ad? Yep. It's fine. Prince of Persia 2. Prince of Persia games are pretty good, right? I think so. Burnout 3 Takedown. Probably my favorite racing game on the PS2. Burnout games are fantastic. So much fun. That's a game I could really sit down and try to unlock everything on. Champions Return to Arms. Fantastic game. I think I prefer the first one though, but this one's good. Rocky Legends. I don't know anything about this game. I know nothing about that. I definitely have not played that. Network Security Officer. You won't be back. Oh, what? You plan on playing in the real world? A real college degree focus on advancing technology available online or on campus. University of Advancing Technology. Never heard of them. That sounds scammy to me. The Ultimate NFL Cheat Sheet, Part 1. ESPN or Madden? It doesn't matter. Some football stat stuff. Interesting. Final Fantasy XI. Maximum Macros Revisited. You know, I used to play Final Fantasy XI. I played on the computer though, but we had one guy in our team that would play on a PS2, and he had a controller with a keyboard, which I actually have one. Those things are really nice. It hooks up into the controller's port and USB. He also had a headset, so he played with us, but he had kind of like a limited functionality, but he liked it that way, and more power to him. Look at that, flip phones. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a flip phone. Singular fits you best. Wait, Psyops, Transformers, Grand Theft Auto. Why are they talking about video games? Is these like ringtones? Yeah, it's probably ringtones or something. Who knows? Back when ringtones was money. Game Shark codes. Look at that. They got a PSM exclusive code. Easy enemy helicopter 1 kills. Huh. Free game rentals delivered. Choose from 1,500 titles. No due dates, no late fees. Free shipping. Gamefly still exists. Free 15-day trial. Expires October 31st, 2004. Well, that's too bad, but I mean, you can try it. 1 PSM 15. I mean, I like them. I like Gamefly. They've actually saved me some money. I've definitely rented some games from them in the past, and some games that were kind of quirky ones, like modern Nipponichi Software releases. They have a lot of misses anymore. Games that just aren't as good as like their early lineup of games for PS2. And so I've been able to try some of those games before buying them, and I'm glad I did because they weren't good. Wait, what was this? PSM Reloaded. Yeah, that's a waste of 2 pages. Letter of the month. You know what? Let's read it. If you haven't heard, Capcom is planning to release a new arcade fighting game called Capcom Fighting Jam. Once again, Capcom is using old sprites. Honestly, if Capcom wants to revive the reputation it had even as few as 6 years ago, I think it would be a wise decision to cater to fans who really deserve catering to. All I've been seeing is remakes and crappy rushed games coming out, from the remade Resident Evil games, a crappy new console release for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 with sound glitches and graphical errors, rolls eyes, and rushed Mega Man X games. I think they have forgotten the industry that still is open for games. The Street Fighter fan base is huge. Shotoyuken.com proves that. With a forum of over 25,000 members worldwide, they need to stop making rushed re-released milk series and get some new ideas. Beautiful Joe is a perfect example. Chaos Legion had potential. They're not wrong, man. Capcom hasn't released much in a while. Capcom kind of went downhill. Ask the 800-pound gorilla. Rule number 1: when you hear the weird music, run like hell. He's not wrong. It's like that whole meme where it's like, oh yeah, you got to a boss, this will be fun. Then it changes to a second form, you're like, oh no. And then it starts playing music in Latin. It's like, oh god. Smart Bomb, silence is golden. You'll never get ahead in life now. I suppose you could say you've been disarmed. You guys sure have a lot of balls. Cut, Kratos, we've changed our minds. You're going to be the strong silent type. Okay, that's good. I like it. Yeah, Kratos running around in God of War with catchphrases. That would be a bit much. Next month, let's see. That's some Devil May Cry, some that's Grand Theft Auto. That's Metal Gear Solid. Classic stuff. Write a funny caption for this picture. Those are always fun. Oh, and the winner is, let's see. Dear Diary, remember that treasure map that shady guy sold me? Well, I can't even really see that picture. I can't tell what's happening in that picture. Dynasty Warriors 4 Empires, September $29.99. Ooh, there's like a map? I don't know, I don't really like the Dynasty Warriors games. When's the last time you got this excited? Oh, I'm sorry, when's the last time mail got you this excited? Ultimate video game rentals. Gamefly. I enjoy Gamefly. I have only subscribed to them for probably 2 or 3 months of my entire life, but I was happy I did. I should probably turn that on again. We always talk about getting that again. What do they got in the mailbox? Is that like a box of checks? I think that's a box of checks. Some magazines, some regular mail. Why do I care about the mail? I don't know. So that's it. PSM's 100% independent PlayStation 2 game magazine, the best PlayStation magazine ever. It's definitely my favorite. Let me know if you think. Do you like any of the other ones? You get that free one that I say free, it's not really free, but that one that GameStop still sends out. I actually, whenever I get a new one, I briefly flip through it. Sometimes it lets me know about games I didn't know about, but I actually use that for shipping. When I sell things on eBay, I'll just kind of crunch up pages from that magazine and shove it into boxes, because I've got like a stack of that game, what is it called, Game Pro? I've got stacks of Game Pro, and that's all I use it for, is like shipping, packaging. I don't know. It's not that good of a magazine. I don't really like it. I mean, there's some good stuff in there, but it's no PSM. So thanks for watching.